Blog Talk Radio.
Alright, what's up, y'all? You're now on Robbie The Rummy. Yes, I'm finally back. I've been gone the past couple of weeks due to situations. So the last interview you heard with Delusional and the Dirty White Boys was my booker, Mark. And then the interview before with Ace of Thug Therapy from White Music happened to be my partner, Rain Man. So, but I'm back, and I'm here to do this interview with tonight's guest, Cousin Cleetus. So for the next 30 minutes or so, get ready to hear a great interview with Cousin Cleetus, and we'll get on with the interview. So we're going to get him on now, and just kick back and enjoy. Yo, Cousin Cleetus.
What's happening?
Oh, what's happening, man?
Shit. It's fucking cold up here in Milwaukee. Not ready for this shit yet.
Yeah, I hear that. New York is the same way.
Yeah, it's windy and miserable, but the Packers are kicking the Texans' ass tonight, so I'm good with this.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So, you ready to start this interview?
For sure.
All right, so you just recently got off tour recently. Do you have any more in the makings or coming up or being worked on?
To be honest, I literally yesterday was the first time I was able to sit down and kick my feet back and not have shit to do for the first time since mid-August. Like literally yesterday. So as far as like getting back on the road immediately, not anytime real soon. We're talking about possibly a Cousin Cleetus headline tour probably in February. But as of right now, immediately, there's nothing really coming up. Something might pop up, but right now, nothing except just working on music.
Right. So, speaking of music, do you have a new EP in the makings, or are you going to do a full-length album, or?
The next one will be a full-length album. I started working on it months ago. Well, I shouldn't say that. I mean, I guess that they're always a work in progress. I'm always working on music. I'm always writing. I'm always recording. The next one is definitely going to be a full-length. I've taken my time on it, and I'll continue to take my time on it. But I'm hoping to have at least a dozen tracks on there and have that out probably by about early 2013, probably early February.
So is that what the possible headlining tour is going to be basing on? Is that album, or?
It could. They could coincide that way. Coincidentally, right now, it's just kind of happening that way. My mindset was to have it out by early 2013, and then show opportunities started popping up. So they probably will, but as of right now, there's nothing official.
Right. So, with projects and whatnot, you noted that you are in works with the album and whatnot. Do you have any side projects you've been thinking of or in the makings of, or is that like your main priority right now is to do that album?
My main priority right now that's my main focus is pretty much getting that album done. That being priority, side projects off of that. I always have stuff going on. I'm involved with a couple of different groups, bands here in Milwaukee that I mess around with. So I spend a little time on that. There's other things that are starting to develop and happen that I can't talk about yet, but it's not anything that's going to occupy my full time. Like, right now, what I'm really focusing on is just getting working on that album, taking my time with it, rather than just putting something out, slamming it out just because it's time for one. For me, I think the fans deserve it. The people that have been waiting for new music from me, I don't just want to shit something out and be like, here you go. I do want to put heart and soul into it and make it something I can be proud of to pass off to everybody else.
Great. So with this new album, is there a type of different sounds we're gonna expect from the EP? Is it gonna be the same sound, or is it gonna be changed up, or how's that all gonna come about?
I guess you'll just have to kind of wait and see. I think if anybody knows me or they've heard my EP, they know there is a different sound to it. It's a lot more melodic. There's a lot of singing on it. There's a lot of melodies, a lot of harmonies. That's generally my style, my forte. But you never know. Music changes. It develops as we develop. As we listen to different things and we're influenced by different things, it can change a little. So, you never know. Some of the stuff I've recorded right now is, it is a little bit different. A little bit different than the EP, but, I'm still trying to just, I'm always just going to do me and stay real to me and just kind of, I always put it out there. It's just kind of like, here it is, if you like it, if you feel it like I do, awesome. If you don't, I'm sorry, maybe I'll catch you down the line with something else, but I don't try to appease anybody when it comes to music. Music will always just be me and, how I feel it. And I hope, that the fans can just connect to it the way I do. That's about the best I can do.
Right. So with this album, did you plan on making it so it had, a bunch of features on it, or is it going to be like the EP where the majority of it was you, or what's that all going to be about? Is it just going to be you, or is there any features we can expect?
That's one that I'm on the fence about still. And I've tossed it around a little bit, and I've had offers, I've had ideas. I don't want to say I don't dig collabs. I do, because there's a shit when artists can come together and do that, but I don't want to do something just because it's a name and it's going to help me sell more albums or something like that. If I do again, the music to me is real, and it always will be. That's what I want to sell is the music, and again, people connecting with me that way. So if there's collabs, it might just be, I don't know, there might be one, there might be two, but I'm definitely not going to chalk it up with, every track has got a different person on it. I really, again, just want the focus to be on me and what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to portray. I think for collabs for me down the line, if I do them, I want them to more or less be people coming to me, and then we can trade. We do one back and forth, bigger names, bigger artists, people that want to collab, not me going out there and trying to find somebody and just slap a name on them, if that makes sense. So, all in all, will there be? I don't know. There might be one or two. You never know.
Great. So, you've been doing music for a while and whatnot. What got you influenced into doing what you do now?
Well, shit, yeah, music for me goes way back, all the way to childhood. Other music has surrounded me and my family my entire life. Obviously, when I started listening to hip-hop, this is late 80s, early 90s. I think the first cassette I ever had was a Ghetto Boys, Ghetto Boys, self-titled album. Some bootleg cassette I had gotten off one of the neighbors, and that was the very first thing I started listening to. And so hip-hop's always been around me, too. And I guess coincidentally, getting into the rap game, getting into hip-hop, I've been a juggalo since the mid-90s. And I started working for Psychopathic in 2005, before Boondox came to the label. So, it was just... Again, that's just part of my whole story. It was coincidence and how things happened. I was there at the right time and paid my dues with them and when the opportunity came to hook up with Boondox, of course, I jumped on it. So, I don't know, influences that's, music influences for me, growing up, obviously, again, surrounded me, but, musical influence. Anybody that knows me or anybody that was on the tour with me knows that, the late night, what we call Pandora parties when I'm just sitting at my computer going through my music, it's an array of shit. I listen to everything. When I say everything, well, just about everything, but it's pretty extensive, and I'll jump from one thing to the next. Music is it's a huge palette for me, so I'm influenced by everything and everything around me, and I don't know. I just continually try not to be over-influenced by anybody or any one person or any one style, and continually just do me.
All right. So you noted that, you do all different types of sounds with your music and whatnot. How would you, compare your music to another artist of an influence of yours? Or is yours just your own style, you do your own thing?
That's a tough one, too. People have asked me that quite a bit, like, well, what would you say you sound like? And I'm like, honestly, I don't even know. I don't know who I could compare it to. I'd like to think I'm creating a new sound, not just for the underground and not just for the fan base that I already have. I'd like to think I'm trying to create something new that anybody and everybody can latch onto. But as far as putting it down on one, no. It's kind of everything shuffled all together. And, I put music on, and I sit, smoke a little bit, sit down, pull out the pen, start writing, and it just whatever feels to me and whatever I'm getting out of it is what comes out, So, I try not to get influenced by one or any. I'd like to continue to think I'm doing my own thing.
Great. So, you've been doing a lot of touring and whatnot. Out of every tour you've done, what would you say was your more highly anticipated for, like, your, main favorite and whatnot? And, with future touring, who would you say you'd like to tour with?
Well, I think as far as tours that I was most looking forward to and most anticipated, I would probably be the Toxic Terror Tour, Twisted's Toxic Terror Tour. It was, I want to say, 2007, maybe 2008, somewhere right in there. That was the first time I ever got to step out on stage with Boondox and as persona of Cousin Cleetus as his Hypeman. Which obviously, when I got that call, a month before the tour went out. Originally, it was the first call I got was from Jamie Madrox, and he said, "Hey, you want to come out and be my runner or his assistant, essentially on tour?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And then 2 days later, get the call from Boondox, and he said, "Hey, since you're already on the album and you already know my shit, you want to be my hype man?" And I was like, "Hell yeah!" So that one, obviously, it was very much anticipated, and I had the most amazing time ever being on stage, representing Psychopathic, representing them as opposed to being on the other side, just going to shows. So that was, I don't know, that was probably the best, the most anticipated one. Maybe not the one I had the most fun on, but definitely anticipated. And as far as who I'd want to go out with from here, I'm still humble. I know that. I still feel like I'm young in this game, even though I've pretty much paid dues. I've established myself, but I'm still humble to the guys that have been out there and have been touring and that do put in as much hard work as I do. So, somebody like Prozac, that guy's, to me, he's paid dues over the years. I've known him for many years, He's doing big things. He's doing good things. The man deserves to be headlining, from coast to coast on his own, with Strange backing him. Something like that would be dope to get on. Obviously, Strange Subnoise. I've been in the underground a while. I've toured with a lot of the underground guys. And at this point, I think I'm really I'm still humble enough that I go out and open for somebody. If I do go out and headline, I may just keep it to openers that come with me, or I may just keep it to local. I have no idea, I'm still humble. I think if somebody came with me in an offer, I'd definitely consider it. That's about it.
Okay. So, you are Boondox's hype man and whatnot. You guys are always touring. Have you ever considered doing a tour maybe without him, doing like your own thing, or is that just going to be, every tour have him come on with you and, just keep doing your thing?
No, that's what I'm saying that we're looking at for February. Just me as headlining my own, just be a Cousin Cleetus tour without Boondox. At this point, Boondox is kind of sitting in the back seat. He's been, not to me, don't get me wrong, I just mean Boondox has put Boondox to the side. Turncoat Dirty is the one that's taken over at this point. I think everybody has either read that or will see that. Turncoat Dirty is the other project persona that he's been working on. That's what he's going to be doing. I think he's got Turncoat Dirty, that EP is dropping late November. He's going to have shirts and charms and all that kind of shit. So, he's kind of doing that and focusing on that. And, I'm focusing on me. And I think if I do go back on the road again anytime soon or in the near future, it would probably end up just being, shows with me as the headliner.
Right. So, you got this possible tour coming in February, and you got this album you're working on and whatnot. Is there anything else you've been looking forward, to do or working on in the future?
I would love to get overseas. I've been trying to work that out with Boondox, if it's with him, without him. Hopefully with him would be dope, but to get over to the UK, Europe, kind of just stretch our legs a little more and see how far we can really go. I've been in I know every single lower 48 state, East Coast to West Coast, at least 2 or 3 times over the course of the years of touring. So I've seen it. I don't want to say I've seen it all. I've done it all. I definitely have not done it all. I've seen quite a bit, but I want to see more, and I want to go. I'd love to see Europe. I'd love to go to Canada. That's as far as traveling goes. As far as other things for the future projects, you never know. You never know. This whole game, the whole game in the underground and the things that we're doing, the whole rap game it's really a lot about networking and who you meet and who you know, and sometimes that comes later down the line, and sometimes things change along the way. You might have plans to do something and you're dead set on it, and something else comes up, and it's just that it makes a better deal. It's a step up type thing. So, you never know. As of right now, I just try to keep my plans short term as possible and stick to the long ones, the long term when I do have them.
Great. So, you stated earlier in the interview that you do like local stuff with like bands or just go so and so. Did you have any, maybe thoughts of putting out an album of a band type style, or did you just, gonna continue doing the whole rap thing or anything in that nature?
Well, the stuff that I do locally, just here in Milwaukee, cover band that I'm involved with, we do the festivals, we do that kind of stuff. I do sound, run the soundboard for a couple of other guys. I do have another project, which will remain unnamed right now. I've secured the websites, and it's more or less, it would be a whole nother project of me, but it's a lot more me, a lot more personal, using my real name type shit. More or less music that doesn't really fit into anything else that I'm doing is another project I'm doing on the side. More music, I guess you'd more likely hear on the radio, I'd like to say, but at the same time, I hate the radio, so I don't like saying it like that. But, it's it might not be as hard as horrorcore, and it might not be as, I don't know, it's kind of on the side. I don't like to get rid of music. I don't like to toss it away. I don't like to say, okay, I'm not going to use that, just forget about it. I like to put it into somewhere else. So there's an idea on the side that I'm working on, too, that, might be that. But again, you never know.
Right. So, with, you're doing your own thing and whatnot, have you ever been in talks, with any labels in particularly and, do stuff with them, or did you just plan on just doing your own solo thing and just hope you get reached out or whatnot?
To be honest, I never really planned on doing anything solo. It was more on me. Like I didn't think I was good enough to be able to do solo. Like I was just like, nah. I've been in the background. I'm a hype man of Boondox. I'm more of a singer than a rapper. But excuse me. Through a lot of close people and close friends and stuff like that, it gave me the backing and the confidence to be able to go out there and do that. I was actually approached by a label in Milwaukee. They came to me and they said, hey, are you, if you want to do solo, we got you. You should definitely do an EP. We can get you some tours and this and that. And that's what gave me the first jump start to do anything by myself. And, unfortunately it didn't work out with that label. I was only with them for a couple of months. And since then, everything we've been doing is independent. I have a great management team, Lisbeth Entertainment, Mark, my manager, like everybody, the team of people that I have surrounding me that help me out and with, all the things that go into this business to get shows, to get studio time, to get merchandise. I mean, it's a lot. And thank God I have these guys, they help a lot too. So, I never really planned on doing anything solo, and when I did, I got an amazing response. And to this day, I'm still getting an amazing response. So, of course, I'm going to keep doing it, because I believe in it, and apparently a lot of other people do too.
Right, so then, basically you're just going to continue doing your own thing and doing your whole independent role down there and not really looking forward to getting with any, labels or anything in particular? No, I don't. I think that we've proven ourselves, we've proven to ourselves that we can do it ourselves. It's not always all about a record label. Unfortunately, that's what a lot of people don't understand. If you're not in this business like we are and you don't do what we do, a lot of people don't understand. It's a record label doesn't make you. A record label doesn't make you successful. The best a record label could, they're a business, and their job, their business, their way of making money is making money off of you as the artist. But as the artist, you have your job to do, which is make good music, period. Continually make good music, continually want to improve that down the line. A lot of juggalos and a lot of people got upset when Boondox left Psychopathic. When he left the label. What a lot of people don't understand is there's a lot of politics to that. It's not about, Boondox, dirty, turncoat dirty, David Huddle, he will always be a juggalo. He will always have love for the juggalos. I've never heard him say anything different than that, and the only reason for him to leave Psychopathic and do essentially the same thing I'm doing right now, independent, and doing it ourselves is strictly because of business. It's politics. It's behind the scenes shit. It's money. It's monetary stuff. It's
it's business. It's stuff that doesn't need to be public, you know. So again, you know, when it comes to a label, there's a lot of politics to it, there's a lot of business to it. And again, I think we've proven to ourselves that we can do it independently and don't really need a label to pass with the business end of it. But you know, we can just do ourselves. If you know, but you know, if I guess if a bigger label, you know, I'm not going to say that if somebody like Strange Music or Sutherland or something like that, or anybody, you know, Psychopathic, anybody came to me and said, hey, you know, we want to help you out. I'm not going to say I'm not going to sit down and listen to them, but at the same time, I just kind of one of those things. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If I can do it myself, maybe I should.
Right. Well, by the looks of it, you know, we got just a few minutes here. Is there anything else, you know, you'd like to tell us that you haven't stated yet or anything?
Well, no, just, you know, I got a contest going on right now for Halloween. The details are on CousinCleetus.com. Chance to win some merch. Yeah, and while you're on CousinCleetus.com, if you go on the web store, there's a whole bunch of sales going on right now. It's basically a blowout sale of all stuff we have left over from tour, plus a bunch of other new stuff, like charms, shirts, bandanas, all that goodness. And, yeah, I don't know to anybody that's out there listening, all the fans, I'm still really overwhelmed by the amount of love that I've been getting and the feedback that I'm getting and just everything, the pictures, the letters. It's been insane, so thank you to everybody. And just I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to take a little time to get this album done and just keep your eyes and ears open early next year, and should see some big things coming.
Right. Also, is there any, you know, shout-outs you'd like to make real quick?
Well, of course, you, Robbie, thank you for having me on. And,
anytime.
Doing this. Of course, everybody at Liz Entertainment, my manager, Joe and Mark, you know, they're the shit. Abel from 1031, he's a new guy that just came on to Libs Entertainment. Yeah, if anybody, if you're looking for collabs, if you're looking for, you know, if you're looking for me to get on a verse, anything like that, you can hit up my manager, Mark, at libsentertainment.com. Any questions, any promoters out there that might be interested in getting me to come to your city, if anybody wants you, you know, get with your promoters if you want me to come to your city. Let them know you want me to come, and just get with anybody that lives in, we'll make it happen.
All right. Well, you know, it was, you know, nice to get you on. I know I've been trying months and months, and you've been busy and stuff, the touring and whatnot, you know. It was cool to get you on. So, you know, it was an honor, and hopefully get you on again sometime soon, maybe in the future, or somewhere as close to your album release or something.
For sure, man. I'll definitely keep you on the list when the time comes.
All right, for sure, man. It was nice getting you on and talking to you and doing this interview, and I'll get you off here, and you can continue.
For sure. Much love, homie. I appreciate it.
All right. Much love, man.
All right. Peace.
All right, y'all. That was Cousin Cleetus. You know, he just, you know, informed you on a new album he's slowly working on and hoping for a early February 2013 release. And, you know, he introduced, you know, a contest on CousinCleetus.com. Search area, you go there. And, you know, we got some other dope interviews coming up in the next few weeks, you know, with people like Liquid Assassin, Bizarre, Cut Cologne, and guys like them. So, you know, be on the lookout, you know, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Check out the site, too, and, you know, just be on the lookout. And thanks to everyone who's tuned in, and we'll be looking forward to, you know, doing other interviews soon. And also, if you have any requests of any specific artists you want, get at me on Twitter or Facebook, you know, inform me, and, you know, I'll contact my booker and let them know and whatnot. But thanks for tuning in, and about to check out. So much love to everyone, and have a good night. Later.